turn on the siren.
They're calling her the Dahlia now. Wonder what Veronica Lake makes of that one.
What a case. You hear whether they're making any progress?
Captain Donnelly seems to think they have it all wrapped up. Brown and Green are sweating this Manley character. I heard it'll be in front of a grand jury by next week.
Poor thing. Terrible enough being murdered like that without having to...
You're a goddamn menace!
Continue to respond, King.
Goddamn maniac!
And at the next junction, you shut the trap.
Remember, we need him healthy enough to answer questions.
1247, Detective Phelps, requesting immediate backup in pursuit of a stolen green Kaiser Frazer from 6 West 2nd Street.
Lay into his wheel arches. Come on! Enough games, Phelps. Take this guy out. Lay into his wheel arches. Come on!
No wonder he killed someone, driving like this. Don't let that asshole get away!
All right, I give up. That's it. Cuff him and we're done.
And we're live. Welcome back to the Super LA Noire Live Commentary. Part 9, I believe. What's that about? Tonight's episode is entitled Reefer Madness, and it is a DLC. The case's name refers to the 1936 film Reefer Madness. The plot of this film revolves around the events that take place after high school students are pushed into using marijuana.
Has he said how much it's going to cost? $50. And the department will...
How is everyone tonight? I have the wiki trivia for this case up, and we'll go through it. So yeah, this isn't essential to the plot. It doesn't advance the story arc at all, but it's fun to do. Moving on with the trivia. Oddly enough, there were 2 enemies who fired at Cole with a Thompson M1 at Juan Garcia Cruz's restaurant residence, but once you investigate inside, only one of the Thompsons will be replaced by a longer barrel, unusable revolver. The cop that talks to you at the factory has 1247 on his badge, which is the same as Cole's badge. Phelps, 1247. What's that about? Cole makes a reference to Confidential magazine. However, that first issue wasn't released until 5 years after the events of LA Noire. A little bit of time traveling going on here. Going from Cruz's residence directly to 20th Century Market will cause Phelps to skip the daytime visit to Parnell Soup Company and the interview with Sergio, and therefore prevent him from collecting Sergio's silver dollar. However, Ray Pinker will have all $5 for the puzzle.
Did they send some uniforms around to get her?
That's a fun puzzle. If the player performs... I can't read that one. It's too racist. If the player performs badly, the captain will say something super racist. If you leave Massengay medals during the gunfight, this is interesting. You can free roam with your gun throughout the city without failing the mission. We didn't do that. I didn't know.
Freddy,
And it's too late now. I
good.
suppose we could replay the mission.
That's what
I'm
I'm
sure you
here
could do
for.
it.
You got the money?
20? Sure, right here.
20. I said
You want the
Along
money
with the
or
Naked
alternative?
City,
Tell
these
us
are
about the Reefer,
DLCs
Freddy.
where there is
Another
no
good
car chasing the
Samaritan. Answer the question.
suspect.
Brass comes
Interesting.
from Tijuana.
At any rate,
They bring in 50 pounds.
we're doing this tonight.
50 pounds? Are you hallucinating,
Sadie's
Freddy?
abandoned the
Stashed at a
chat.
house at
Sit.
1452 North Las
Wait,
Palmas.
wait.
Names, Freddy.
The guy at the house is a
Tell everyone to
suspect
like
by
and
the name of
subscribe.
Garcia.
Peter Walsdorf says, "Good evening, everyone." Good evening, Peter. Glad you're here. How are you?
He
Happy
likes
Saturday.
guns.
Got my green tea again.
Do me a favor, Freddy. Spend the money on a bus ticket. You can't last forever on a snitch jacket. Let's go visit
Not
this
that you'd
cruise
know
character.
or you can see, but I have a
50
silver
pounds of
tie
dope.
clip and a silver
Crazy.
watch. I like matching the tie clip to the watch. Except for the I only have one gold watch. And I really feel for the red necktie that you have to use gold. Red and silver, I don't like that. So
Believe a story? Sure.
I only have
bet
one
like
gold
Freddy would raffle his
tie clip
I hope
and
you
one
got some
gold
money saved up.
one gold watch. And I don't really have any interest in getting another gold
Sure.
watch.
A hophead like Freddy would raffle
Right
his
now,
sister
at
for his
least,
next score.
the two watches I'm going to get are silver. But with that, I like having
Son of
the
a
tie
bitch.
clips already on the tie, you know, so I don't have to think about it. So I think I need to get a second gold tie clip for the red, because I'm only going to wear gold with red. But I will
What's
wear
wrong with
gold and
you?
black with this one, depending on
Left,
how I
left,
feel.
and left, and left again, and I'm right up your ass.
Black and silver, great combo. Gold and silver, also a great combo. But as far as wardrobe goes, next I'm going to get some pocket squares. This is a little bit difficult. He's got a Thompson, and he's not afraid to use it.
Call for help.
And you can't really cover. You can't take cover because that stone fence just keeps that stone wall just keeps getting degraded. You have to move. Stick and move. You can do it, Cole. That was a completely useless shot. Run, Cole. There you go. You have to get behind the line of fire. And I believe we approached from the rear. The back door's open. Here we go. Sadie's here. She had a bath. She's all clean now. And ready for bed. Pow!
Surrender now, or I will use deadly force.
Okay, let's take this other guy out. We'll just empty the clip on him. Why not? We'll just ammo dump.
I'll ask you politely to move on.
Did
Next
everyone
time
have a
I'll
good
be so
Saturday?
nice.
I had to go to the grocery store. I was only allowed to buy 1 dozen eggs.
You guys don't have to leave a
And
mess.
I buy eggs for her. I don't really eat eggs personally.
Dope peddler.
Every now and
Juan
then,
Cruz.
if I
Dope
if I have a
fire.
craving, but
The rest of
she
the
has
story tells
eggs
itself.
every day. And 1 dozen's enough. And the egg prices were only like 50 cents more, so they weren't like egregiously bad. In some areas of the country, they're like you know, $9 or $10.
I thought they took these things out of circulation.
But yeah, I was a little bit worried about egg prices for Sadie's sake. Like giving her eggs. I think it's good for her coat.
Juan Garcia Cruz. This is his address, but this place looks like a front.
Juan Garcia Cruz on Las Palmas Avenue. I wish there was someone from LA in the chat who could tell me if that's an actual address, even though it's easy enough to look up. Better check out these cans of tomato soup.
Doesn't anyone eat regular meals anymore? Junkies feeding on popcorn and grasshoppers living on soup.
Seems to be some sort of wholesaler of soup. Masingay.
Is this a drug or a village in Borneo? Doesn't appear to be in Spanish.
Doesn't appear to be in Spanish. What's that about? There's the unpickable up revolver that used to be a Thompson. I did find, you know, we were talking last week about the number stations, and I did find one in Espanol.
So well stocked with soup.
There's supposed to be one in English and one in Russian as well, but I couldn't find those. Really wanted the one in Russian, because that would have been perfect for a Cold War short. And you can only do it during that one mission. You can't, like, ride around in the car and listen to number stations. Here's some interesting drawings. I think that was a cannabis leaf. Better investigate the back. Looks like a chicken coop, speaking of eggs. That, I believe, my friends, is chicken feed. Bingo.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Now we're getting somewhere.
More soup? Who in the hell keeps a secret stash of soup?
You hungry or something, Phelps?
That seems like a lot.
I'd say that's pretty good value for 12 cents.
But, you know, it's been a
Factory
long time. It's like, now that it's legal, it seems to be everywhere. We have a neighbor who has a dog, and she smokes while she's walking her dog, which, you know, it's like, I don't want to smell that. And,
we need a new suspect.
and
is there a pattern to the deliveries?
And I don't want Sadie smelling that. But it's, you know, it's a very familiar scent, that sickly, sweet, you know, it's like, and she's smoking it. She's not vaping it. She's not, you know, having an edible. No, she's like old school, you know, out there with a spliff or a joint or whatever the youth of today call it.
EJ seems to be bringing in most of the serious weight.
So
Dates and times seem pretty regular.
We try to avoid her when we can. She has a Cocker Spaniel.
Those fuckers are probably in on it. Let's wait and see how this plays out.
Pretty dog. I don't think I could ever have a Cocker Spaniel, though. They seem high-strung and high maintenance. And I don't really like long-haired dogs. I mean, I like Huskies, of course. Who doesn't like Huskies? But I prefer short-haired dogs. And German Shepherds. But if I were going to get a dog that big, I'd probably go for a Belgian Malinois. Or a Rottweiler. Peter says, is your gameplay pre-recorded? Yes, it is.
Brother says the morphine is still turning up.
This car cost me a fortune, you moron.
It's the easiest way for me to stream live.
Makes sense. We have no idea how much of the stuff Lenny shifted.
It's super difficult
There's been no
with the
comeback
PS4
from yet.
to stream gameplay
Christ!
onto to connect the PS4 to a
Confidential magazine is right.
Mac.
Bugsy is on the slide.
Causes lots of
You read that
problems.
stuff? Look
It's
where
much
you're
more
going.
easier for me personally to just throw up a
Read that
video
stuff?
and
I wouldn't
comment
say it
over
to
it.
his face if I was you. That is one hot-tempered son of a bitch.
Here we go. Parnell Soup Factory. It's a nice looking building. Look at those curves. Very Art Deco,
Right. Let's see if we can find out who's been over-seasoning the soup in this.
which is from the 30s, so it's pre-war, this building.
LAPD. Who owns this factory, ma'am?
Mr. Parnell. Howard Parnell.
Mr. Parnell has a
Please, take a seat.
If you don't mind, we'll come with you.
very fancy secretary. Not this lady. This is the receptionist, but the secretary is
You just wanted to follow her,
quite
didn't
friendly.
You sly dog. I must apologize for my partner's roving eye. He hates saying goodbye, but he loves watching them leave.
Give it a rest, Roy.
If you could show these men in to see Mr. Parnell, Doris.
Here
They're from
she
the
is.
LAPD. Follow me, gentlemen.
Get in there, Cole.
What's going on?
LAPD. Sit
I like
tight,
those glass
Fatso.
bricks.
You could be in very serious trouble.
I've always liked that look.
There's no reason to be rude. Take a seat, gentlemen. I'm sure we can sort this all out.
It had a
You can explain
resurgence,
why we found
glass
$5
bricks in the
bags of
80s, so
marijuana
now it
in
looks
sealed
very
Parnell
dated,
suitcase.
you know, very Miami
That's an
Vice,
outrageous
but I've always liked
How
that
do you
look.
explain it, Chubby? We found at least 30
And this is where it
cans,
was new
all
and
sealed up tight with
innovative
your
and
label on.
Can I get a
modern.
list of your employees?
Of course. We have nothing to hide. Doris, can you bring me in the current employee listing?
Here it is, Mr. Parnell.
She kind of just sachets in. Here you go, sir. Oh, thank you. Hello, ma'am.
Any name on that list that rings a bell?
Alejandro Mendoza. Who are we looking for? I forget. Jorge Garcia Cruz.
1452 North Las Palmas.
We were just at that
Jorge
address.
Garcia Cruz.
Las Palmas Avenue. What is that? The Palms?
The factory sealed cans we found suggest a
Mr. Palmer
very
has some
professional
modern art
operation, Mr.
in the
Parnell.
background.
We're looking for an inside man.
I know nothing about this. I want
That
this
wasn't
stuff as
Sadie
much as
barking.
you
That
do.
was a neighbor dog.
Tell me what I want to know, Parnell, or I will have half the LAPD down here tearing this place apart. You're hiding something.
Am I right in thinking you would not want to pursue misdemeanors outside your drug case?
Depending on what you call a misdemeanor, we might be prepared to turn a blind eye.
The truth is I employ a
Never
lot of
liked bow
illegals.
ties.
No one wants to do menial
I mean,
work
I understand
anymore.
their place.
Most of my factory staff are wetbacks.
But,
The local
you know,
blacks and Chicanos all
sure,
want
for a
jobs in
tuxedo or
aircraft
whatever,
factories.
but
Presumably because the pay
I
is
don't
a
think
lot
I could
better.
wear that outfit. I don't think I could wear a bow tie on
How are
stream.
your sales, Mr.
I
Parnell?
don't think they,
Just fine and dandy, son. We're entering a new era of prosperity.
I think a
hope you're both
tie
big
is
soup
just so
eaters.
much more iconic
Mr. Parnell, do you know what kind of trouble
and
you're in?
masculine.
Come clean with us.
Okay, so things are a little flat. We're deciding whether to lower production. It's taken a while to adjust to not having any military contracts. You know, we sold Uncle Sam 5 million cans of minestrone.
We got 2 DLCs, I believe, with this game. The second one
Ever
is
heard of
really
Juan
cool.
Garcia Cruz?
Explosion, a factory
I
explosion.
know of.
He has a brother employed here. You know him?
And we'll be
employ
doing
large
that
numbers of Mexicans.
when we get to arson.
I'm not familiar with them all.
That's funny, Parnell. He has the same address as his brother Juan, who we shot dead less than
Yeah,
an
as
hour
far
ago.
as
You better
we're
give me
more
some.
than halfway done with this
Look, I'm not involved in this. I'm getting
playthrough.
enough grief from Washington. There's an investigation
look
going
it
on
up.
into profiteering. Like a guy shouldn't be able to turn a buck while the war is on.
I'm sure
Yeah.
thousands of dead Marines sleep
He's
soundly
got like
knowing
8
they
more
can get
8 more cases.
Tell us about Jorge Garcia.
It's going to move really fast.
Jorge?
It's all downhill
I've
from
got
here.
no idea of his last
Then we'll
name.
do Sleeping Dogs
His
next.
team does daily
Sleeping
maintenance on the
Dogs
conveyor belts
and
cookers.
The Last of Us Part 1.
So he's here now?
Play some
No,
new games for
maintenance
the
is at
channel.
night.
New old games.
Night
See what
shift
that
finishes
does.
around midnight. He would usually come in around 9 p.m. and have everything ready for the morning shift at 6.
I was playing The Witcher 3 for a while,
We'd like
Witcher
to take a look around the
Wednesdays. I
factory
loved
floor,
the
Mr. Parnell.
alliteration,
I hope we won't
but
have
we
to
never
shut
really
down
got
the
an
line.
audience for it.
Thank you. I'm grateful for that. I'll show you around
Is that a
myself.
Mondrian? Must be a on the right-hand side.
I hate seeing how things are
Must
made.
be a repro. Must
This
be
is
a
gonna like that
poster.
time I went to the slaughterhouse and couldn't eat steak for a week.
Okay, let's go explore the factory. Mama 1 is here. Everyone say hi to Mama 1. Mama 1, greetings. Sadie moved to her crate, but I will call her back for you.
This is where the produce comes in. We peel and sort all of the vegetables and add them to the line in regular quantities.
And they're full on making soup. They're chopping the veggies.
Fascinating.
And it goes up the assembly line. It's kind of fun to watch.
Why don't you keep quiet?
Papa 1 is here
I learned
also.
something.
Papa 1 says, hey
Oh,
family.
Good God.
Greetings,
This
Papa
really
1.
is turning into some nightmare school trip flashback.
Nobody's wearing hairnets or gloves. That's okay though.
This is the hopper, which boils and purees the vegetables. The other hopper is for the
I don't know if
pasta.
they make soup like this
This way,
anymore.
please.
I think
You're
it's all
loving
automated
this,
now.
aren't you,
and
Phelps?
sterile.
The soup is ladled automatically.
Who's cleaning
into
out those
cans.
drums?
Next stage is labeling.
I'd like to see the packing and dispatch area, if you don't mind.
And somewhere along
Sure.
the lines,
It's over here. Follow
they're
me.
putting wacky tobacco in some of this in some of these cans. Too bad Callum's not here.
This is one
He'd
of our
enjoy this
dispatchers.
mission.
Talk right?
Let's talk to this. Let's talk to this Joker.
These men are from the LAPD. Sergio here records our outgoing deliveries. They all go in the book. Just there on the desk.
Mama 1, what's for dinner? And I'm glad you got to talk to Serena last night. I hope she's doing better. 20th century market. We're making a lot of deliveries to 20th century market. What's that
going
about?
on, Parnell? There's enough soup going to this place every day to feed a company of Marines.
What are you talking about?
Can I have a look at that
Peter
coin?
says hi, Mama 1 and
why not?
Papa 1. And he's got one of them silver dollars.
Silver dollar, right?
Yeah, that's right.
The markings on it say it's been taken out of circulation.
Maybe. I'm not trying to
What's
buy
that
anything
about?
with it. I like it. Brings me luck.
Do you have access to the canning area?
I do. But I keep to my station. Loading and unloading. Don't care much for soup.
Papa One says, reminds me of the old rumor of Lucky Strike cigarettes. The rumor was the brand got the name Lucky Strike due to one cigarette out of the pack being a joint, LOL. Wow, that's an interesting rumor. That's one I have not heard. And Papa One says, hey Peter, and Mama One says, hi Peter, hope you are well.
I'm here to get sent all over the country.
Yeah, it's basically legal now. What's that about?
What do you know about the 20th century market?
It's
I get the orders from upstairs.
I don't know how I feel about it.
And you don't know
Mama
Juan
One says
Garcia
we had
Cruz?
homemade chicken noodle soup made on a campfire. Wow, that sounds great. I
You're a
do
liar,
say,
Sergio. You're in it, and I'm gonna break
I've
you
said
for
it
it.
before on stream that we are living in demonic
I got nothing
times.
to do with Juan Garcia.
And, you know, as much as I love horror movies, you know, it's like we don't need a real life horror movie. I just watched Lady Gaga's latest
We
video.
found a matching silver dollar on
And
Juan
I,
Garcia.
you know,
What are the odds of
Lady
that,
Gaga is
Sergio?
probably the last pop star that I will actually
Jorge are brothers.
like.
They're cousins.
But, you know, I like her music, or I used to at least. And,
The guy is an aberration.
and this song,
He gives out the silver dollars.
which is called Abracadabra,
Jorge gets
just,
me a
you
list
know,
of
it
deliveries
seemed
every morning.
very
20th century is
demonic.
always on there.
You keep your mouth shut for
The
today,
imagery.
and I don't take you in.
And, you
Do
know,
we
I
have a
love
deal?
horror movies. I love horror
have a
imagery
choice?
and everything, but it just,
Is that a serious
I don't
question?
like how mainstream it has become.
That's it for now, Sergio. If we need to speak to you again, we'll put
How
in a call to Mr. Parnell.
normalized.
If you have to, I guess.
And, you know, I'm not going to stop watching
We'll be in
scary
touch,
movies,
Mr.
but
Parnell. It is imperative that things appear as normal
I'm,
here.
noticing
Keep
it
an eye on
more
Sergio
and more
case he
in,
gets
like,
tempted to
just
blow the whistle.
modern
Thanks,
popular
I'll do
culture.
that. You're going to overlook my little immigration problem,
And
aren't
I'm
you?
not liking it.
Cheer up, Fatso.
I don't think
We'll let you
we've
go
ever
on
played a
squeezing
horror
these poor
game on
saps
this
a little
channel.
while
We
longer.
played Resident Evil on the
Well,
second channel, Resident
Until some commie
Evil
union types
3 or
infiltrate this
4,
place.
I can't remember. The one with Jill. I do love Jill
I am
Valentine.
glad to be out of that place.
More glass
Who knew
bricks.
fresh vegetables could
Let's get
smell
outta
so
here.
bad?
Poor Sadie's a little tired. She had her shower. She's all clean now. She really needed it.
How many years have you been in Vice, Roy?
More years than I want to own up to, Phelps.
Christ alive, this is a nightmare!
I really love reversing indiscriminately in this game. It's fun. There.
You have any idea who Rojas was talking about?
The gringo runs the operation? Could be
Okay,
anybody.
let's move on.
You don't expect those morons to be running the show, do you?
That was a close one, Phelps.
If you asked Rojas how much a silver dollar was worth, he'd probably say 50 cents.
Peter says, was playing Red Dead 1 today. Was in Pike's Basin. When I called for my horse, it jumped off a cliff and died. Oh, that's a sobering thought. But losing a horse in Red Dead 1 isn't as painful,
What are you
emotionally
doing?
painful as losing a horse
Thanks for the
in Red
tip.
Dead 2. Really easy to regenerate horses in that game. And they don't really have personalities, and you know, they're not as fully developed as in Red Dead 2. At least that's my opinion. Pardon me, sir.
That was a tax-paying citizen. You just bounced off the fucking hood, Phelps.
It's LA Noire's fault for having these wide, drivable sidewalks.
Sit tight.
Look at the wheel wells on that
Take a look at what's
car.
going on.
It's gorgeous. 20th Century Market. Huge savings all day.
Either these customers are serious soup lovers, or I think we found our middleman.
These guys love their soup. I'll have a can of soup, please.
I'm requesting assistance in a B wagon at 20th
Look at the
Century
columns on that
Markets,
building.
1558
The
North
architecture,
Highland.
and note the American
Numerous
flags.
narcotic
It's post World
suspects.
War
Code 2 only, no
One
sirens.
or World War II. So, and we won. So everyone's in a patriotic mood. Peter continues and had no deed for the horse. Interesting.
I'll take my chances.
He's making a run for it. I don't know what that's about. I would assume they would just quit the game and reload. You'll get your horse back. Cloudy's here. Greetings, Cloudy. How are you, friend? Happy Saturday.
Whatever you're carrying, hand it over.
Colt, 1911.
I'd say he's got about half a can left.
Half a
I guess that
can.
makes me a pessimist.
You can't take me in.
Take you in.
Sweater vest. Also not a fan of sweater vests, personally. I don't think you'll ever see me wearing a sweater vest on this channel or a sweater.
I would like to help you, but I got a family in Mexico I have to provide for. And my compadres are very unreasonable.
Your compadres? Turn out your pockets.
It's a quiet night, Cloudy.
I need Ray to run down these silver
Everyone's just
I
relaxing,
need to make a deal. I need guarantees.
watching a little
You have
LA Noire.
identification?
Reefer Madness. Let's look up the movie. It's from 1937, 1936.
Sanchez Erto, Mexican.
A 1936
Tijuana
American
address.
exploitation film, originally entitled "Tell Your Children" and sometimes titled "The Burning Question,"
deal,
"Dope Addict,"
You give me
"Dope
information,
Youth,"
and I will
and
give you
"Love
to
Madness."
immigration. Give me EJ.
High
Driver
school
bringing in the
students are
shipments.
lured
While
by
making
pushers to try marijuana. Upon trying it, they become addicted, eventually leading them to become involved in various crimes, such as a hit-and-run accident, manslaughter, murder, conspiracy to murder, and attempted R-word. While all this is happening, they suffer hallucinations, descend into insanity, associate with organized crime, and commit self-cancellation.
Give me a name.
None of us are allowed to
Don't
see
try
him.
drugs, kids.
His creatures carry his orders to us. If I gave you his name, I would be buried alongside my wife and children.
If you don't give us
Mom once says, "Don't you get a horse deed automatically, Peter?" Yeah, that's what I thought.
Ernesto Juarez.
Cloudy says, "My mom says that a dozen eggs were only $3 back in the day. They're only $3 now."
Please help me, sir.
I paid $3.50, and I usually pay like $2.99, $2.49 for a dozen eggs. So it was a buck more, but still, it's only $3. Papa once says, "Back in the day is right, Cloudy." Cloudy, Mama one and Papa one pay exactly $0.0 for their eggs. They have infinite eggs
We know about Jorge
because they have a
Juan.
chicken
Juan is
coop.
dead. Tell us how you know the Cruz boys.
I mean, I guess you got to factor in the price of chicken feed and chickens, I guess. But really, it seems like you get infinite eggs.
Ernesto knows I'm illegal, so he threatened to report me if I didn't help. And the money is good. The gringos in the
I buy
ghettos,
eggs
they
for the
love
dog.
Reefer.
I make her fried rice.
And I didn't want to have
I
to
don't
leave
know
and
if
start
you know
again
how
in
to
San
make fried rice.
You're breaking my heart.
Like my mom used to make, or like all Asians
under
make. But
arrest,
anyways,
Erto.
you just take day old rice and you
to the DA.
and you
Read
toss
enough.
an egg in
Seize
there
your
and
assets
fry
and
it
quote
up.
you. That's the best I can do.
And you add some veggies and protein, chicken, beef, shrimp, whatever you got. It's a delicious meal. But I make it for her because I want her to have eggs every day. Peter says, "You have to buy them. I got the Kentucky Saddler from a mission, and the deed is $1,500 at the general store." You get a thoroughbred from Mrs. McFarlane.
50 pounds a week. That's a lot of
Or is it
suitcase.
Miss McFarlane? I don't think
this
she's
is an
married.
interstate operation.
Moving dope around the country.
Anyways, you get
selecting
one from
grass.
Bonnie.
Local
So you can-
weed gets distributed in the usual way, through Pachuco street punks.
Or on a
Someone must know
stakeout.
something about this drug baron character.
Here they come.
Note the split windshield. It's two panes of glass in that truck because you get also in
Let
the
'em unload the goods first.
also in the car because they hadn't really figured out how to make curved glass.
Now, let's get them.
Cloudy says one of my old neighbors used to have ducks, so he had lots of duck eggs. I don't know if I've ever had a duck egg.
You're paying for every last scratch.
One of these outfits is you can take more damage. There, Hawkshaw. I wish it was like you got a suit coat with it, but
All right, move.
I like the take more
Move.
damage part.
Let's go.
And you can't really tell which like how do we know what weapon we're selecting? You can get a long gun like a Garand, or you can get the Thompson, and I wanted the Thompson.
Got your back.
LAPD,
Are you impressed, Papa One, that I know what a Garand is? You probably have one. I love the Thompson in this game. Tommy gun.
Stay in cover.
Got my green tea tonight.
How long do you think you can hold out?
It's nice that Rockstar to make a DLC for this game. They did a really good job. But I assume that all DLCs are just cut content. It's like they were originally going to release this as part of the game, but it was like,
I think that's the
you know,
last
it
of
was
them,
too
Cole.
long or whatever. You know, it had cost too much memory or what, you know, it's like, so they're not really giving you anything new. They're just, you know, they're just saying it is. And did you have to pay for this? I assume you had to pay for it. So you had to pay extra. Papa One says we have duck eggs and fresh chicken eggs for sale.
Probably want to see.
We used to not sell as many when the crew was as active as a crew of around 20 eats a lot of eggs. And Cloudy says he's Filipino, so he likes to eat balut.
$1 per dead.
Yeah, I know about balut.
Seems like much for a human life.
And Mama One says, "Oh, okay, Peter. I think every culture has a gross food that they like. Even the French. Some of those blue cheeses are like incredible. You know, and blue cheese basically is rancid cheese, so it's the same thing. You know, I think every culture, and then like the
If you
Swedes
wanna
have like that
impress, you should see what
fermented
the
shark
federales
fin,
have on
fermented shark. That is supposed to be horrifying. And then the Italians or I think it's either Sardinia or I've heard about this cheese from, I think Anthony Bourdain talked about it. It was like, it's either Sicilian or Sardinian, but it's maggot cheese basically. But they let it's maggot infested cheese. They let the maggots like eat through the cheese, and then they like it just creates a very creamy consistency. And apparently it's, you know, it's a delicacy. And then we all know about civet coffee, which passes through the coffee beans that pass through the entire digestive tract of the civet monkey. So you get monkey poop coffee. I've never tried it. durian. I've tried durian.
Yet
I just
another
wanted to see
silver
what the
dollar.
big deal was, and I can understand if your culture didn't really have access to sugar or cream or like milk based. You know, it has a creamy consistency. Like humans, I think, enjoy that, like that mouth texture of you know, just the ice cream creaminess. But I mean, there's so many, you know, we've invented so many better desserts than durian, but you know, and it does not smell great. Mama once says, Cloudy says, first, Cloudy, people like to talk about beans on toast, but I love beans on toast, Cloudy. That's delicious. But I love toast. Mom once says, have you ever thought of reading original game script? Apparently, Rockstar releases the rough draft of their game scripts. It would be cool to see the difference of how Red Dead Redemption 2 was original to what it actually became. I'm looking that up right now.
What was this all
Mama
about?
1,
Drugs and money.
RDR2,
Speaking
original
of money, where did that roll go?
I picked it up for safekeeping.
game.
The department
Script.
owes me 50.
Ray, I have another 2 coins for you.
Great.
Ooh, it's
I've
on
got something to
Reddit.
show you. It's all set up on the table over here.
Here we go.
There.
Let me see.
Take a look at these coins you've been collecting.
The full transcript.
There are letters.
Oh, interesting. A small caravan of wagons is slowly moving through the cold mountains. It's nighttime outside and the wind is blowing hard. Snow falls in a dense wall and limits visibility. Only a few dim lanterns light the way. A man in snow-covered clothes is approaching one of the wagons. Orville Swanson. His name is Orville. Abigail says he's dying, Dutch. We'll have to stop someplace. Dutch Vanderland. Okay, Arthur's out looking. I sent him up ahead. Hosea Matthews. If we don't stop soon, we'll all be dying. This weather, it's May. I'm just hoping the law got as lost as we did.
Would you like the address?
Dutch Vanderland. There, Arthur. Any luck? Arthur Morgan. I found a place where we can get some shelter. Let Davy rest while he, you know. An old mining town, abandoned. It ain't far. Come on. Dutch Vanderland. Come on. I'm going to bookmark this, and I like this idea, but it would be it would take a while. Control D, come on. Let's see. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, it's here. I wonder if we can download this. It's the game scripts wiki blog. Papa one says, I have dear friends in the UK. Me and my dad used to joke about the whole reason pilgrims came to America was not religious freedom. They just didn't want to eat beans and toast anymore. Papa one says, keep in mind, me and my dad would eat sardines and drink coffee while on horse catching trips or horse deliveries. Cloudy says, I tried stinky tofu once, and my God, I ran so fast to the bathroom and brushed my teeth 4 times, LOL. Yeah. Yeah. It's an acquired taste and not acquired by me. Mom once says, I mean the original drafts of Red Dead Redemption 2. Arthur supposedly had a wife and child in the game originally. It would be cool to see the difference.
You're paying for every last scratch.
Papa one says, I'm all for the next Western Wednesday being the Red Dead Redemption 2 script, LOL. Well, I'll see if I can find the original script. Massingay Metal Workshop.
We need another way in.
Let's pick up a long gun. Game won't let us. Mom once says, I love my husband and I love my father-in-law, but I never understood their love of black coffee and sardines. Yeah, that sounds like another acquired taste.
Yep, that'll work.
I don't really eat anything that would be considered risky. I think. I like sushi. But nothing very, it's like, I don't like eel. Eel's super gross. Can't get around, it's like, can't get around the texture. So I like really conventional sushi. American sushi. I think that's the most exotic thing I eat. That I can think of now. Like pistachio ice cream. What else? Like artichoke hearts.
Full house.
Cover the back door, Roy.
Oh, Spam. I know a lot of people don't like Spam, but I love Spam.
Get in cover!
Cloudy says, I think there was going to be a lot more Native American missions, but it was cut out. See, you could make that into the DLC. Mama once says, I wish they would release an old beta of with the original concepts of Red Dead Redemption 2 like in Mexico. Okay, now we got it, Thompson. Pop One says, Chesterfield King's non-filter black coffee, usually instant coffee or campfire coffee, and sardines. What was my dad's breakfast of champions? And he was a champion. What's that chair doing on the desk? Pow. Sadie back.
Get in cover, now!
For some reason you couldn't get him through there. Had to get him through the doorway. Yeah, I'm hating cheese. I never acquired it. It's full. Roquefort blue cheese dressing. Some people love the tanginess, but I've always hated it. Camembert. I don't even, I like cheese, but again, just like the conventional regular ones. I think the most exotic cheese I like is Havarti, which is not exotic at all. It's, I don't know, it's like Viking cheese. It's Swedish, I think. It's very creamy.
Roy and I have had an arrangement for many years.
You're under arrest. Kind of like mozzarella cheese, but creamier.
We have a mountain of
Pecorino.
as well as the testimony.
Pecorino Romano and Parmesan. I prefer Parmesan.
Evidence disappearing. Witnesses that can't be found. Policemen that forget. The impossible becomes probable when you have a client list like mine.
So yeah, I have very conventional taste. I have a very conventional palate. Mom once says, I don't know why, but I really love these LA Noire streams. I love detective shows. You do, but never played this until now. I'm on the second case. This remodel is stopping my gaming. Plus, we have been busy on the farm. Well, that game will be there for you. I'm glad you enjoy it, but how could you not? You love crime and justice. You love crime and punishment.
What about Sanders? Leave Sanders to
But yeah, it's a fun game. It's
The chief will be looking after that one.
and it's very robust. What I mean by that is it's not all shooty bangs and car chases. You have you have to use intuition. You have to you have to use there's puzzles. Here we got meritorious. Look at that vehicle damage and city damage. Case closed. Meritorious. Thank you very much. And shout out to the channel members. Papa One says, I love the 1911 45. Best weapon ever for military use. I agree. It served our country well. Papa One.
We should lay it on him.
Saved me more times than I care to admit. I carry a Schofield now, but I still carry a 45 or one of my other guns every now and then. I am sorry I said shooty bang. I apologize, algorithm. LA Noir streams seem to get instantly demonetized, but that's okay. I do love this game. And that's about all I have for you tonight, friends. I really appreciate you being here, having a nice quiet night with me. I hope you enjoy your Saturday. Shout out to the channel mods, Papa One and Mama One and Miko and Serena. Marco, you keep commenting and I appreciate that. Shout out to Marco K, who I believe is in Greece right now. And the streams are always too late for him or too early for him. At any rate, I appreciate all you friends, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. See you soon. Like and subscribe, and have a great night.
You're gonna kill us! Hey, come on! I get the point. Not exactly the happiest of places, the coroner's office. Carruthers is a good man, professional, diligent. If you're working with a pro, it's easy to overlook the grim realities of a place like that. Funny job, that. The coroner's. How so? You don't want them enjoying their work too much. The wrong kind of man can get awfully lonely rattling around a joint full of corpses. Rusty, that's like something out of the pulps. You've been reading the same ones as me? I thought you were usually too drunk to get... Watch it, will you? If I close one eye and squint, you can just about make out the print.
Calling all cars. Citizen reports officer needs help. Shots fired. Officer down. 6th Street and Lindley Place. 6th Street and Lindley Place. Unit to handle code 3. Identify.
Slow and steady, come on! Cole, come on! Breathe. Breathe, damn it. You're not helping. I'm surprised, you know. I didn't make the husband for it.
Always make the husband, Phelps. 9 times out of 10, it's the closest person to the Vic who does the deed. God knows I've wanted to kill some wives in my day.
Lex parsimonii.
What?
The law of parsimony. Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is most likely the correct one.
You know, you could have said that without getting all liturgical on me.
I'll try to dumb things down from now on.
Appreciate it. And try this one on for size. Rusty's razor.
How's that go?
You blame the guy that's banging her.
Ah, of course. The famous Lex ignoramus.
Closes cases, Cole. Puts a lot of people away, that one.
Any Central unit, a possible 288 at Belmont High School, 1575 West 2nd Street. Stand by for further unit to handle. Identify code 2.
11K to KGPL. We'll take the 288. Go ahead with the further.
This officer needs help. Bank of America, 7th and Olive. Officer needs help. Bank of America, 7th and Olive, at 211 in progress and shots fired. Unit to handle code 3, identify.
Jesus, Phelps! Easy!
Damn!
If we survive this, it's gonna be a miracle.
Left and left and left and left again, and I'm right up your ass.
Still might be some playing the boyfriend angle.
I thought we were on our way to lock up the husband.
If he doesn't work out, then.
Deirdre Muller has suffered enough. More than enough. You shouldn't make disparaging comments about her without even the slightest inkling of what she was like.
She was a woman, wasn't she? No, around about my 3rd divorce, I realized women might not be the pure angels we imagine. You're married, ain't you, Phelps?
Don't make any insinuations about my wife.
Hey, she's a woman. Calm down!
She's the mother of my children.
You're a father, Cole? But don't tell me your eye don't bend.
This conversation is over.
Any Central unit, car 16L reports a possible jumper at 8th and Hope. The Methodist Church unit to handle code 2, identify.
Just go easy, Phelps. like you're gonna kill us!
Full of advice, aren't you?